Welcome back to Between Two Cars. My name's Kyle Orr, and across from me is my partner, the Walrus.
It's the dancing walrus.
Matt Maxwell, the dancing walrus.
Chicka chicka.
He's feeling good.
I'm ready to rock and roll, man. It's Monday. It's raining. It's a car dream. It's just exciting. I mean, how can I be excited about it?
Well, it's June, right?
Oh yeah, we have phenomenal May.
Yeah,
we're fired up.
So June is.
We kicked some cans right down the road.
Kicked some cans. Hey, June is to me. I think it's probably one of the best months in the car business. Really.
Oh yeah, June, July. I mean, June, right? You got Father's Day in June. I mean, you got that's awesome, right?
Yep.
You've also got the U.S. Open. We'll talk about golf in a little bit. I tried to qualify for that.
You got.
They kicked me off after the first hole.
Yeah, Baby Willow's birthday.
Willow's birthday, number 2, dos. And then you've got a big selling month, and then you walk in at 4th of July and we're shooting people with fireworks. I mean,
that's right, man.
How can you not get? I mean, come on, this is the best.
Bust out the bottle
4
rockets
weeks ever.
Bust out the bottle rockets and are they? The Roman candles.
Oh, those are the best.
Yeah, I love it. So
those are the best. I'll tell you a little story about that when we get going here about something kind of funny. It's kind of a mean little high school deal on my brother. I feel bad about it. He hadn't talked to me since. I think he's moved away.
He didn't do the thing where you pull down your pants, stick a Roman candle up.
This is
your rear end.
This is an adult show. Or we have children to watch this, Kyle.
I'm sorry.
Now listen. So we go down. My buddies and I. We all go down. And John, my little brother, he saved up all his money. We're in high school. All his money. He spent, I don't know how much, probably $300 to $500 on fireworks, which is a lot of money for kids.
That's a lot of money for anything.
We decided we go down to the Springfield Catholic parking lot, and there's a bunch of us, and we decided to have a bottle rocket war.
Heck yeah.
Well, I put my brother on the opposite team, knowing he's a better athlete than I am, but the common sense I got. My little brother decided we were having this war, right? He decided he's going to leave his bag out in the middle of the street. I just took a Roman candle and shot the thing. It was over. It ended in about 2 minutes. Dude, that went.
War is over.
I think my dad whipped me for that one. I think I got in trouble for that one.
So $500 worth of.
Dude, it lasted 30 seconds. I mean, we were there for 30 seconds. I blew up all his fireworks. I think I had to go back and buy him new fireworks. I don't think it went over too well, but. Anyway, God bless him. I hope he's doing well up in Wyoming. I haven't seen him since. He took off from there. He says, "Peace, I'm out. You're a big, mean brother." I went, "Yeah." It happens.
So you lost fireworks and a brother that day?
Yeah.
Wow.
Tough day in Maxwell House.
That's crazy.
No, he's around. He's just up in Wyoming. But anyway, that was my fireworks story. That's one of many because we grew up shooting people with fireworks all the time.
Yeah. We used to go out in pastures and do it with big hay bales and stuff, but it's not recommended.
Well, no, I'll tell you another story real quick.
You should never shoot fire at dry hay.
Or how about a cotton field?
Or a cotton field.
I did that, and 40 acres went down.
So
my dad grabbed a Pat's Blue Ribbon for that one.
We soon learned that gasoline wasn't the only thing that would ignite when fire hit it. So
now I'm not allowed outside on 4th of July. I got to sit inside and watch TV.
Yeah, that's it. I understand. Willow, I think she 4th of July. She has no fear, right? So it'll be interesting to see how she reacts now that she's 2 and she's starting to comprehend.
Because last year she didn't really.
No, she sat on our lap and woo and point it and then fell asleep. And
this year she's going to grab them M80s and start throwing them at people.
Yeah. I had to teach her how to get them out of her hand quick.
Right. So. Daddy, why are you throwing those at your mother? Stop it.
Blowing up the neighbors' cars, crap like that. Right. So, yeah. Hey, but the fun thing is when you're in selling season, right, you walk around and you hear all these, I call them car people conundrums or
car slang.
Car slang, right? From both salespeople and customers. So I thought it'd be a pretty good topic to talk about on this podcast because it just cracks me up some of the things that you hear.
All right, let's fire away.
One of the big ones is I always get this question. I'm I'm out there, I meet the person for the first time. We're walking and they like the car, and I ask them the closing question, hey, if I got terms and conditions agreeable, would you want to take the car with you today? And they say, well, we don't really know. What's my car worth? And I always kind of chuckle because just because I'm in a sales position doesn't know, I don't know what a car's worth. I mean, we spend thousands of dollars a month for data that comes in for us to gauge what a car's worth. So, and even at the end of the day, I mean, I've paid too much for cars, and very rarely, but there's times where we didn't give enough for a car.
Well, what's a car really worth, though? You know what a car's really worth?
It's what you and the
come
buyer
together on.
come
right?
together. It's an agreement.
Right. It's what he sells it for and what we buy it for. Whatever that number is what the car's worth, because that's what we agreed to.
But when the customer asks you that,
I saw KBB.
They always have a number.
Well, sure they do.
They always have that number.
100%.
So it cracks me up. Just like the other day, we were selling a car the other day, and we knew we had this car overpriced. We did it on purpose. It was a car that Matt's wife was driving. Okay. And
we did that because we don't want people to call.
We didn't want people.
She doesn't like changing cars. We found that out when I sold her car.
So we do that on purpose so that people don't call. And then when it gets time that we need to get rid of the car, then we drop it down to what it should move at. Well, this guy did his homework, right? And he knew what the car was worth. But he offered me a number. And so I came out with a number. It was $500 higher, right? And he's like, how'd you get to that number? So I pulled the customer card on him. I said, oh, it's just a number I was thinking. I had no relative reason to throw that number out to that guy other than just the sure fact of me winning the car deal from him. And he didn't pay that price. We ended up negotiating another couple $100, but it was fun. He started laughing because I reverse psychology.
Well, you know what he does for a living?
Well, I
sells
do
cattle, right? We sell cattle.
Yeah.
So he's probably negotiated a little bit more than we have our whole lives, right? The guy's a super nice guy.
Awesome guy. Very well. It was, we didn't know this at the time, but we got the opportunity. One of the things we do at our car dealership is we actually go out and if we need to deliver a car to the customer, take the paperwork right out there to them and everything. And so we got to go see a 5-generation family farm.
And these folks lived on their farm 50 years?
Yeah.
56 years. I think 50. So they lived on it.
Didn't he say 1851 is
I don't
when?
know, but I'm gonna tell you something right now.
It's
I went home and
beautiful.
told my wife about that. I said, "Hey, we should start that." She looked at me. She goes, "You're too damn old to start that." I go, "What do you mean?"
Right.
I'm too damn old.
But it's man, I'll tell you, it was.
We got another guest on our lot, Mr. Brecken.
They got something we're interested in.
Yeah,
too.
another one.
Hey, if they ask you how much their car's worth, get with us.
Yeah, we want that one.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, definitely
anyway.
want that. So, what's some of the what's some conundrums
Gosh,
or
I've heard all kinds of
some
things.
slangs?
How about this one? How about when you're negotiating, right? And they're like, "Yeah, we'll buy if the terms, if the numbers are correct, right?" And then you give them the numbers, and they're like, "Well, we got to go."
That's it, man. I see sales guys struggle with that all the time.
We got to go. I just look at go where.
Right.
I'm like, well, where? What are you talking about? Well, they get nervous about that objection, right? Because they don't know what to say. So you just got to ask them, why are they here? Why are they wanting the numbers, right? They like the car, they like the color, they like the equipment about the car. So what's holding them back? The only thing that's changed is the price.
Right.
So what's the objection?
Yeah.
It's either price, down payment, or whatever you're showing them. But yeah, people kind of get nervous on that. They kind of clam up on that deal. That's when the game. It's a game. That's when it begins. I mean, it's not really a game, but that's when it begins. Let's see another one. That one's kind of a tricky one. I like how they. You still get the old timers sometimes to come in. I say old timers, but people have been buying cars for a long time. We talked about this earlier. They'll come out there and say, "I'm just kicking tires." Well, what is it? Okay. Well, which ones did you kick? Right.
Right.
So what that came from, if I believe, I'll probably be corrected if I'm wrong on this, was a long time ago they actually kicked the tires because the tires were.
Well, they would thump them.
Yeah.
They'd take a tire iron and thump them.
Make sure they're good.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you don't really have to do that.
Tires were a lot different back then, right? Everything's so more advanced.
Some of the tires back then were people's feet, remember? Flintstones?
Right.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's
But anyway,
that was way before any vehicle we saw.
Let's think of something funny, Kyle. What are some of the funny things that have happened?
Oh gosh, there's a ton of funny ones out there. You know, I was trying to think of when you're appraising a car with a sales guy. Oh, this is good. People always want to ask you about a clean title.
Yeah. Yeah. Is the car clean?
Is it a clean title?
Now, why do you think that is?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
I don't.
99% of the cars out there have a clean title.
Yeah.
You can find that out just by going online with the Carfax or with we can show you the title. But
I mean, for people that don't know what a clean title is, right? Very, very few people actually do know that. They just are conditioned to ask that. But each state has different rules on how a title's branded.
Right.
And when it's clean, it means it's never been salvaged. It's never been rebuilt. Sometimes they do a rebuilt title. So in the state of Missouri, I mean, it's pretty blatant. It says all over the title, salvage. If it's branded, it'll say branded. But there's different categories. And really, a buyer shouldn't worry about it being a clean title. They need to worry about, I would be more concerned about what the Carfax or auto check look like, right? Not a clean title.
Well, there is things like you can do title skipping.
Yeah.
Title jumping. And what that is, and a lot of people don't know that, but what that is let's say that they bought a car, it gets totaled, right? Before the insurance company can report that it's to the state that it's a salvage title, it's totaled, right? Uh-huh. Before they go and sell it in another state. The other state pulls it up. It looks like it's a clean title, so they're going to issue a clean title. So They washed that title. That's what that means. And then all of a sudden in Missouri, you pull a Carfax, 6 months later or something like that, and it's got a salvage title in there. But and then they have to get a new title. But you can always that seller. People don't understand this either. There are laws that protect the buyer, even if you're selling a car on your own. Right. And so, like, if you're not getting things done correctly, you can be liable. And if that guy sells that car right, and they know where that guy is, he's committed fraud, and he can go to jail for that. And a lot of people don't understand that, but it's even if he did it unintentional, he's still liable. That's why you got to know what you're doing when you're doing those things.
Here's the funny thing too. Okay, so and this used to come up quite a bit. In the corporate world, it hadn't much in the independent world, but how long do I have before I can bring the car back?
Well, that's a tricky one. The law states, and I'm not a lawyer, but I pretend to be one. The law states that in the state of Missouri, if you purchase a vehicle at the place of business, there is no right of refusal. There's no comeback period. If we bring it to your house and you buy it at your house, you do have a 3-day right of refusal that way. So if they're delivering the car to you, you have that 3-day right of refusal to do. But here's the thing: if you're a good car dealer, I've been doing this a long time, and I've been around some dealers who didn't want to do this. I've been around some dealers that did. And my feeling, in my professional opinion, if a car breaks down within 3 days, the customer means more to me than the car. So I'm gonna try to figure out what I got to do to help the customer. I think you agree with that too.
Right.
So if it's just you walk in here and stuff happens. I mean, we had a customer one time who's it was a true story. He bought the car and his parents passed away the next day in a car wreck.
Yeah.
and he didn't know what to do. And he said, "Hey, can I bring this car back? I don't need the stress." And of course, we took the car back. I mean, and that's an extreme case, right?
Yeah, one-offs.
But I think but there's some states though. Some states offer 7 days. Some states offer 3 days. You just have to find out what state that you're buying the car in.
But in Missouri, it is not. I mean, a dealer does not have on a pre-owned vehicle. A dealer does not have. There isn't a lemon law that says the dealer has to take the car back. I mean, it's really at their discretion on what they want to do far as.
We were busy at the auto parlor today.
Who is that out there now?
Oh, he's helping her.
Well, look like a police officer.
No, it wouldn't.
Oh,
There's a Dodge Journey.
I saw like stuff on her belt.
That was a gun.
Yeah, kind of like what? Yes. Which ones? The Infiniti Q50 and the Jeep.
So you thought
the black one right beside it.
This how good Kyle is. He thought the detail folks were carrying a weapon.
Man, I've been really good in my life with attention to detail. Yeah. So, but yeah. So what's some other slang words? What are words that we use in the car business that customers don't know about?
ACV.
Yeah, ACV is
a big one. That's actual cash value. Yeah. That's actual cash value is what we actually own the car for.
Or willing to pay for the car.
Willing to pay for it.
So it'd be like there's all kinds of ways of showing numbers on paper. So, you know, some dealers choose to show a difference price. So they'll take like on a new car, let's say MSRP, and they'll take what your car value is, and they'll take their discount. They won't show you a discount off of their car, and they'll add it on to the trade-in to show an inflation on what your trade value is. Okay, and that's really not a tactic that. I don't really think that's a tactic that.
She was eyeballing you. She heard about the gun.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a tactic that dealerships use against or for the customers. I mean, it actually does make it simple for the customer to see it. Unless the customer goes, well, I want a discount, then you have to explain it. Usually it's a dealer-to-dealer competitive thing.
Right.
So you show, $3,000 more that you had in markup, and you pop it up on there, and then when they go somewhere else.
Here's the thing. Let me comment on this a little bit. The car business has changed. Okay, it's not the 1970s where you get these guys that sit there and they do what's called a pencil you, and we'll explain what that means here in a minute. Most people nowadays, they go online and they shop. They shop around, and you've got cars online, and you can find them, and they're priced pretty competitively. The difference that you're going to probably find in the dealerships is going to be the customer service, and if they recon their cars.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. If they're not willing to show you, for example, if you come into our dealership, which makes us a little bit different, if you come into our dealership, we two things are going to happen. Okay, one, you're going to be greeted with a smile, and we're going to treat you as family, whether you buy from us or not. I mean, we don't get upset. We're not going to high pressure you. We're going to try to help you. So we're going to ask you a few questions and stuff, and then we're going to point you in the right direction, and we will show you on the cars what we did to the cars. Some of the cars needed things, some of them didn't. We'll point out, hey, we can get this fixed if you want to get this fixed. It costs this much.
Or we did this, and that's
right.
why we're not doing that, because we want to make a profit.
And then we also use the same service department, and we use one service department, which most independents don't. They'll have 3 or 4. We have one shop, so it's just like you are going to the regular dealer. And the reason we do that is because we want the
consistency, right?
Yeah, and you want the mechanics, right, that know the car, that already worked on the car. They know the car. They know what they've done to it. They missed something or something else
It'd
happened.
be like going to 12 different doctors to figure out that you're diabetic, right?
Right. And then our service department is here every day. I mean, they just came here and picked up 2 more cars. So we had a lady that we were delivering a car to in the rain the other day. Was it Friday? I think it was Friday. It was a Chrysler.
Yeah.
And one of the lights just happened to be dim or go out. So they happened to be dropping off a car. So I asked them to walk over. And they walked over, and they're looking at it. Okay, hey, we need to fix this. Looks like it's just doing this. Okay, we'll get this and this and this and get it ordered. it's that easy, and that's what makes the difference. So that's the customer service side of it, and I think that's we don't. The other thing that we have is we don't price our cars so far out of the realm because one, we're able to spend a little bit more money on the cars than we need to buy them because we don't have overhead. We're not paying 30 different people.
We don't have a bunch of employees.
Right.
We don't have
all the stuff that they charge the cars. Like here, you're going to see this nowadays, which I think is a mistake. I think they're trying. I just think it's a mistake. If you go to a car lot right now, some of these big car lots, you're going to see an addendum, and you'll see an addendum on used cars too. Okay, you'll see an addendum. Okay, hey, so they price the car at $13,995, and then you're going to see an addendum on there saying that they added all this stuff to the car, so now it's $14,995.
Right.
Just so you know, those are negotiable. Okay.
They are by law.
Yeah, by law negotiable. You do not have to buy those. You don't have to. And if the dealer sits there and tells you that you do, then you need to just pick up and leave because you don't.
He also a dealer also has the right in Missouri to refuse to sell you a car.
100%,
so you know.
they do. I mean, you don't have to sell anybody a car. You don't have to sell somebody the product just because you come in. The grocery store can do the same thing.
Right.
McDonald's can do the same thing. Jiffy Lube across the street can do the same thing. Mercy Hospital, they can refuse you service if they want to. They won't, but they can. And so you just can't take it personal. But what you got to do is,
there's only been what I can think of in my tenure of the car business a couple times where I literally had to fire a customer.
Yeah, I think I've only had it twice, but they've gotten so unruly. But let's think about why though. I mean, they get that way.
Well, they actually would come in and stop business, right? And no matter what you did,
they just get in the way.
It became a game for them,
Yeah.
And
all you have to do if you want a fair deal, everybody understands we're all in business to make money. They just don't want all the money to be made on them.
Right.
Everybody's pretty.
I'd send your kids to college.
Right. So just do your research on there. Kelly Blue Book, Black Book, Kelly Blue Book, NADA is pretty good as far as they're pretty
Those
fair.
are tools, but you need to make sure that you're not, your car that you're trading in isn't in excellent condition on KBB, and the one that you intend to buy to replace the car you don't like anymore isn't considered in poor condition.
Right.
That's the thing. Everybody, when you're trading for cars, everybody wants the best deal.
If you use good condition, good retail, and good wholesale,
you should be
pretty close.
You should be within
$1,000.
Within a grand of $500,
something like that. But it depends. I mean, because a lot of people don't realize this. So you get emotional about your car. I get emotional about my car. Right. I mean, I love cars, and so that's why I keep jumping in different ones all the time because I just think they're cool. That's why I love selling them. And you get emotional about them. So you're looking at that car that you're trying to sell, and you have all those memories about that car. You're excited about it, and then you forget that, okay, hey, the tires have 60,000 miles on them. So when I buy it,
there's a reason that makes people want to trade, right?
Yeah, it has this belt squeaking, or it's I haven't detailed it in 3 years. So those are all expenses that the dealer is going to have to encounter to end up to sell it, and those affect the value of your car. That's why when you take a vehicle in, we're going to ask you, do you have your service records with you? Well, why is that? If you have all your service records with you and you can sit there and show me those things, I'm going to put more money in your car.
Hey, in an independent world, if you've got a title, it means a lot more to us.
Yeah, you get a title.
Yeah.
Let's figure out how to put the car deal together too. I mean, it's cash. People. Cash is cash. I mean, there's nothing better than cash. But those are the things. I guess if you want to learn about the car, how to buy a car, is to make sure your trade-in is clean. Make sure it's got a clean title.
Yeah. You
make sure it's clean. Make sure you're up front. Tell the dealer up front, hey, okay, you know what? I didn't do my 60,000 mile service, and if you did, prove it.
Go get it checked out by a mechanic and ask them what's wrong with the car. I mean, I'll speak for Matt and myself, but if you brought me your car and you said, hey, here's what checked out from a mechanic, and it was a credible place, I would look at it and I would consider that. But understand, if you're telling me that you want KBB excellent or good, and I've got a laundry list of stuff, I'll use that value, but I'm going to take your numbers and take it off of there on what I'm going to buy, because I'm going to have to be in the car, right, to sell it to the next person, and it's obvious.
Well, the next person won't buy it as in that condition.
Right. Which
right. So that's the difference. But that's why I love now. I love the independent world because we're just more transparent, and then there's some good dealers out there that are transparent.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, there's a lot of good dealers out there.
But it's just easier at a smaller lot. When you get those big lots, it's like a big city, right? The busier they are, sometimes they'll just miss things because they're so busy, and we miss things here too. Don't get me wrong, but it's when a customer comes to us and they're asking, they bought a car from us. I think we just had the lady bought a Jeep from us. It's been, 30 days? Something like that?
No, it hadn't been that quite that long.
And she called us
15th of last month.
She called us on Saturday, and her check engine light came on. And a lot of dealers are just going to say, hey, it's been 2 weeks. Too bad, so sad. And, we're not going to fix every car and do everything like that. But this
was a continued issue,
right?
Though.
This is a continued issue, and so I'm gonna tow the truck in, and we're gonna get it taken care of for her. And she just smiles and is just happy every time she calls in, even though her car's broken down. We're just trying to take care of her, and that's what's important is building your dealership and your customer based on reputation.
It's a reputation thing. But he said something, and we kind of went into this, but back to kind of our topic for today, he said pencil, right? So I remember my first car deal. The guy walks up to me and he says, you better sharpen your pencil.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what the heck. This time, at this point, well, at this time, we had team leaders, right? So I walk in, I was like, okay, well,
sir, I have a pen.
I think they want to buy I think they want to buy this RAV4, but the guy told me I needed to sharpen his pencil, and
no, not his pencil,
or my pencil. Right. Sharpen my pencil. Right. Yeah,
we're not sharpening. Sir, before we move forward, I need to see your pencil and my pencil sharpener.
And I had never been in a car business before, and I'm like, what the hell does this mean?
I remember that.
Sharpen my pencil.
How about this is a good one. This is for car guys.
So people who don't know what sharpen your pencil means, they want you to get a better price, aggressive on numbers.
How about the lot liner?
Oh, that's a good one.
The lot liner.
Yeah,
that's a funny one.
Lot liner is good.
Okay, just so everybody knows, there is no lot liner. It's never existed. But we like to have fun in the car business, right? So we'd hire these new kids in.
Take the newest guy on the block.
Newest guy out there, and we'd send them all to other dealerships across town in Springfield and ask for the Springfield lot liner because it was so big. We all shared it. It was expensive, right? Well, so everybody knows that's been in the car business a long time, knows what the dealer's doing. So they're like, no. We had the lot liner. So they go over, let's say, Honda store. Hey, we're looking for the lot liner. No, okay, here, sorry. Acura just came over here and got it.
It literally would waste a guy's entire day looking for the lot liner.
The other one would be...
They would call every manager. Do you know where it's at? Yeah, Steve told me that, it was over here at...
and then after about 4 hours...
Lexus.
After about 4 hours, you had to tell the guy was going to quit. I mean, they would quit. They get so mad.
It was kind of the dumb guy that you wanted to keep around anyway. He's worked hard. You saw potential.
Well, then after he got that joke done, then when we sent him out and asked him to burp the gas tanks.
Yeah, or check the blinker fluid.
Check the blinker fluid.
Yeah, checking the blinker fluid.
And believe me, folks, they did it every time.
Yeah,
so anyway.
It's so cute when you get the new guys in.
it's kind of fun. Burp the gas tanks. What do you got to do? They're out there jump on the tailgate. They're so weird trying to burp the gas tanks. we're like, come on. And then everybody. Then you'd have the senior manager walk out. Hey, what's they doing out there? What's going on? Well, he's burping the gas tanks. Well, you guys need to get to work. And then as soon as he said that, he's trying. All right, so how many has he burped? Right? Right. So it's
What's
anyway.
some other car lingo? Just trying to think of some they use in F&I.
Oh, geez.
There's a ton of them, though. But it's funny because you go through and you listen to this car lingo, right? And it's like a special language you learn over time within the car business. And you'll know a guy that's left the car business and then he goes and buys a car, right? He starts talking in car business slang to you.
Yeah.
And it's so I love when I get that guy, right? Now I can kind of
they crack me up
piece
because-
him in.
well,
That's usually a good car deal.
Well, yeah, because they think they know what they're doing, but they really don't.
Right.
Well, I've been in the car business.
Or they don't care.
I sold for 6 months. I know what these cars are worth. Oh, okay.
I don't.
Come with me. Right? So that's where we keep the lot liner. Oh, that is? Yeah.
Well, and then people also automatically assume, I like this, what's your best rate?
Yeah.
Like I'm a walking lending institution.
People honestly think that. People honestly think the car dealers are the ones loaning the money. They don't realize we have nothing to do with that. And we don't.
It's done as a convenience.
Right. We submit the loan and the bank tells us what rate.
Yeah.
And
there are dealerships out there that make a little bit off a rate. We build a portfolio at the bank so we can buy more deals, but we opt out of trying to. Well, most of our cars wouldn't make much money if we did, hold the rate that's allowed.
Here you're in the business, folks. We're in the business to make money. Let's just not. I mean, and every dollar counts. But some banks they give you a flat.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's what a flat is. That's another
like
thing.
150.
Yeah, $150 on for financing with them. So we do it as a convenience to the consumer, so they can come in here and do that, and then we offer them extended warranties and things like that. But
here's the funny thing too. Okay, everybody wants their car fixed. We kind of talked about that when it breaks down. Okay, well, there's only so much profit from what we own a car to what we sell it to, right?
Right.
And then there has to be some other income generating avenues that come into a dealership. Well, one of the big things is that with the warranty coverage, I mean, most people don't understand. A lot of warranty companies, there's a time period where the dealer's still on the hook for fixing that vehicle if it was a covered
usually the first
part.
30, 60 days.
Yeah, and every warranty but there's a time period, right?
Right.
Well, here's the thing: if you don't buy a warranty, you didn't contribute to those funds that go to actually pay for that repair. Somebody buys a warranty, and we've got a Jeep that did this, right? It happened to fail in the middle of the period. It wasn't covered by a warranty company, so we're covering the expense on this Jeep.
Out of good faith.
Out of good faith. But here's the deal. The guy did what he was supposed to do, and he went out and he purchased a warranty that we recommended. We backed the people. The warranty company is a great company. They've never denied a claim. It was just a freak deal. Well, those funds come from the profit off of other warranties. So when you're at a car dealership, I highly recommend, if you can afford in your budget, to put a warranty on something.
Well, I think the misconception about warranties from people is, okay, that's where the dealers are making all their money. Are they making money? Yes. Is that where they're making all their money? No. The answer is no.
Right.
Okay, but let me tell you something in today's world. You're crazy in the technology, of these cars if you don't put a warranty on these cars. I mean, we're looking at a Tesla right now. What that Tesla retail for? $110,000? Okay, you're telling me a $110,000 car, if something doesn't break, it's going to be $5-10? It's going to be expensive, right? It's an all-electric car, right? And I get this all the time too. Well, I make enough money to pay for it. Well, sure you do. So then why don't you self-insure your cars?
Right.
Well, what do you mean? I said they won't self-insure their cars.
Right.
Right. They have to go out and get insurance. That's the law to protect the other customer too. But why don't they? I mean, Why do that when you can sit there and pay $2,000 for a warranty to be covered, right? And I always break it down. Everybody looks at the cost of $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. Say, okay, what's insurance on that car? Probably $200 a month. So 200 times 12 is what? 2,400
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah, it doesn't go away.
Doesn't go away.
That car.
And so you're willing to sit there and spend 200 for in case someone hits it and it gets totaled, versus it breaking down. You won't spend another 100, less than that to get it covered to where you don't have that out of pocket expense. And
you're probably more likely to have a mechanical breakdown than you are an accident.
100%.
So
100%. And I just don't
let's
understand.
just be real, right?
Well,
yeah.
The old time, I call them the old timers. These guys. There's such a scam out there.
Aren't you kind of in that classification?
No, I'm not, Kyle.
Oh, okay.
I'm in the middle class. Middle class, okay? I'm in the middle class. Threw one out there, folks. Okay? I turned 52 this year, 52.
Well, tell us what you're going to tell us,
you
old
threw me a
timer.
curveball. I have no idea where I'm going now. Now I'm confused. I'm upset, and I need to have a soda and go sit in the corner and pout.
That's right. That's right.
No, but these cars. It's funny. I go with my dad. Asked me. He's 88 years old. Turned 88 yesterday, and we sit down. He loves to talk about cars, and he would talk about how he goes, "Well, how them Chevys and Fords doing?" He calls them Chevys and Ford. I'm like, "Why? Why?" He goes, "Well, back in my day, those cars were you wouldn't buy a car. They wouldn't get to 100,000 miles. They'd last 40,000 miles, and the door would fall off." Mm-hmm. Right. And those days are gone. I mean, these cars today, the technology, they're sharing technology. I mean, you've got Toyota giving out their hybrid tech to other manufacturers. They're all sharing the same stuff. They may not be having the same assembly line, but a lot of them have the same technology.
They've caught on, right?
Yeah, and so these cars are. It's all about how you maintenance them.
Well, it's the difference between like an Android phone and an iPhone, right? Both have great resources, technology. It's what are you going to use it for, and how's that benefit you? And then what's the one that you're most comfortable using, right?
Well, hold on.
Unless you're an Android user, and then like when you walk in here, I'm probably going to make fun of you, but 3 minutes.
So my nephew, who's pitching in the College World Series right now, I just got a word that he just had a
no-hitter.
Phenomenal game. I don't know if it was no-hitter, but they're saying, even the TV's saying this kid pitched wonderful. So anyway, that's pretty cool.
That's great. That's great.
He's I think he's 6'4". He's a freshman. He's 6'4", and I believe they're saying he's already thrown in the 90s. I told him, I said, okay, if you become 6'6", 360, you're not going to pitch in the 90s. So don't get that tall or that fat. And so he looked at me and says, okay, Uncle Matt, no problem. You need to hit the gym. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
No problem. Anyway, thanks, everybody. Good job, Jack.
Well, there was something I was thinking of that people, all the time people say, but I might have to bring that up another time because we're pressed on time because we've got a car that we're trying to buy.
We lost the last one.
We've lost the last one, and it's very specific on what we're looking at. So,
2 minutes? 2 minutes.
Guys, I'll tell you this. So if you guys come up with some topics that when we don't have guests on that you want to hear us talk about stuff, I mean, we've been around a lot. There's a lot of stuff you can talk about in the car business. I write in or, go on to YouTube, leave a comment. Hey, I'd like to hear some more about this. Or if you're interested in even going on the show, do it. I mean, we do this for one, because we like to have fun, but two, to try to educate people on buying and
we are going to have a
car world's
special
like.
guest coming up soon, and I know he's excited about it.
Yeah.
Little Timmy.
Well,
Tim, the commissioner.
We've got a couple people.
At the commissioner, we've got. You know what's great is I'd like to sit there and see. I don't know if there is anybody out there. Maybe there's another car dealer out there that will do this. I'd like to get another car dealer on here.
I think it'd be cool
just to have somewhere in town to build those relationships because we're coming for you. We're coming for you.
Yeah. Right now, you should see our lot. we don't have anything to come after you with.
We've got 8 cars left. We sold a lot of cars this last week.
Yeah.
I told you we kicked some cans down the road and we just exploded.
So, yeah, we didn't kick tires.
Nope. Kick the can. Remember that game, Kick the Can?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
funny. So,
That was a fun game. All right, we're out of here. We're going to go sell some cars.
yeah. You all have a good week.
All right, see ya.